I just don't know if we're evolving when it comes to officiating the game. It doesn't feel like that. I don't know what a foul is and isn't anymore. And then we'll get to the blocking in the charge call.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I couldn't see from my angle, maybe just a little touch foul. I don't think it had an effect on what's going on. But it's so technical for these officials now. Back in the day, it just used to be they'd officiate on advantage, disadvantage. That was the big thing. Like, if a guy fouled a guy and it didn't put the guy at a disadvantage and he still scored, they let it go. And it was all about advantage, disadvantage. You're not going to bail out a guy if there's a 3-on-1 break and he takes a charge when the guy passes it to the wing. That's a bailout. That's a guy at a disadvantage that tries to get an advantage, and it doesn't happen. And they don't do that anymore. That's just the fact of the matter. That's the way it is, and it's very difficult to officiate. But, when you talk about this block charge thing, the trigger to go to the replay has always been a problem for me. I never know exactly how they can go over there and do that. All you see is players waving their index finger, coaches waving their index finger, and these officials make calls, and then they just walk over there and they take a look.
But I guess if I had a problem with it. Now, I thought it was a block. And I thought it was a block in real time. And then when I watched it again, I said it's such a bang-bang play, they're not going to reverse that. They're just going to review and see if LeBron's in the restricted area. And we realized he wasn't in the restricted area. So I'm thinking they're going to call a charge and you play on. And then they reversed it. I just didn't think that there was enough evidence where you go, yep, that's a block, not a charge. I had a real problem with it. You?
Yeah, I thought once they went and looked that they'd probably leave it the same. I agree that I thought it was a block. I thought he was still sliding a bit to the left. But the fact of the matter is he was 2 feet outside that restricted area. So what you should be able to go to the trigger for is what happened was Tony Brothers was going to call a block.
Yeah.
Kenny Maurer was calling a charge. Now, if you have two officials that differ on a call, then you should be able to go to the monitor. If one guy says, hey, I think it's a block, and the other guy says charge, go to the monitor. Fine. Get it right. It's a huge play. It's under a minute to go in the game.
Yep.
But that should be the trigger, not getting a bailout by saying he's close to the restrictor. He wasn't even close.
Yeah, I didn't want to see the game decided on those kind of calls. And I'm a LeBron apologist. I'll say that up front here. But it doesn't feel like he doesn't get the star treatment as consistent or as often as he should. I thought he had a clean pick on Durant. I thought when he went to the hoop, he got fouled. And then you have the block now, charge. Now let's, have it go back to a block. Am I too much of an apologist here for LeBron in that sequence?
No, I'll agree with that. I think he doesn't put the onus on the officials enough late in ball games. I think there's something in his head. He does not want to go to the line in the crunch time, late in ball games. He takes jumpers 90% of the time as opposed to going to the rim. Even on the last play when he throws it to George Hill, he's standing out at the top of the key. He wasn't trying to take that ball to the rim, which he did at will for the whole game. He's got to put his head down. He had Steph Curry on him again. Go to the rim.
Yeah.
He doesn't go to the rim enough, I think, at the end of ball games.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.